Pennod 10. Sut i gael gafael ar gyllid. Croeso i bodlediad Bod yn Fos arna ti dy hun, can llawer entrepreneur ifanc i gychwyn busnes. P'un ai dy fod i'n meddwl am gychwyn busnes am y tro cyntaf, neu fod gen ti syniad ti eisiau ddatblygu, mae'r podlediad yma i chdi. Mari dwi a fyddai'n dy arwain di drwy'r gyfres 15 rhan yma, fydd yn dy gadw di ar y trywydd iawn ac yn dy helpu di i ddeall a meddwl am yr heriau sy'n codi wrth gychwyn busnes. Rhan o Wasanaeth Busnes Cymru y Llywodraeth ydy Syniadau Mawr Cymru, a'i nod ydy codi dyhead a chefnogi entrepreneuriaid ifanc i gyrraedd eu uchelgais mewn busnes. Mae Busnes Cymru, sy'n cael ei ariannu'n rhannol gan Gronfa Datblygu Rhanbarthol Ewrop, yn cefnogi pobl ifanc drwy ddarparu adnoddau ar-lein, gweithdai sgiliau busnes a sesiynau 1-i-1 efo cynghorydd mwyn troi syniadau'n reality. I gysylltu efo ni, hoffa a dilynna ni ar Facebook, Twitter ac Instagram. Anfona neges ato ni a fydd un o'r tîm yn cysylltu nôl efo chdi. Ffonia'r linell gymorth ar dim 3000 60 3000. Defnyddia sgwrsio byw neu live chat ar wefan Busnes Cymru, neu e-bostia ni ar bigideas@gov.wales. Dyma ni pennod 10 o bodlediad Bod yn Fos arna ti dy hun. Yn gyntaf, be mynd i sbio nôl dros bennod 9. Nes i siarad am sut i gychwyn busnes efo cyllideb fach, a nes i roi chydig o dips i chi ar sut i fynd ati i wneud hyn. Cychwyna drwy ddefnyddio model darbodus, lean model, lloga offer a lle i weithio ohono fo'n hytrach na phrynu, gwertha mewn llefydd yma pobl wedi arfer prynu ohonyn nhw, a defnyddio'r sgiliau ar bobl sgentio dy gwmpas. Ti'n cofio ni sôn am y term bootstrapping? Sef cychwyn busnes heb fawr o gyllid, cychwyn yn fach a defnyddio modelau darbodus. Wel, dydy hi ddim yn bosib i bob busnes gychwyn fel hyn. Mae yna rai angen pres mwyn medru cychwyn, felly be am i ni siarad chydig am gyllid? Dwi'n gwybod bod meddwl am gyllid, pres, grantiau, bethyciadau a ballu yn medru ymddangos yn scary. Ond, please, paid â phoeni. Yn y bennod yma fyddai'n sôn am pa gyllid sy'n ar gael, sut i gael gafael arno fo, a gobeithio tawelu chydig ar dy feddwl di. Felly, be am gychwyn? Ti ar fi'n cychwyn busnes a ti angen pres, o bosib i brynu deunydd, offer, stoc a ballu. Y newyddion drwg ydy, dydy cael gafael ar gyllid ddim yn hawdd, yn enwedig os ti'n newydd i'r byd busnes. Y newyddion da ydy fod yna fwy o ffynonellau cyllid ar gael ar gyfer busnesau rwan nac erioed o'r blaen. Dyma rai ohonyn nhw. Teulu. Ella ffeindi di fod y deulu di mewn sefyllfa i dy helpu. Os ella nhw fuddsoddi chydig o bres yn dy fusnes di, gan wybod ella na fydden nhw'n cael y pres nôl, mae hynny'n gret, achos mae'n ffordd dda o gychwyn arni. Ond, just gair o gyngor, mi allai hyn roi straen ar eich perthynas chi, a di benthyg pres gan deulu neu ffrindiau ddim bob amser yn bosib, felly meddyliau'n ofalus cyn mynd lawr y lôn yma. Dyfanc. Mae fama le da i gychwyn, ond mae'n gallu bod yn anodd cael benthyciad neu ordrafft, overdraft, gan y banc. Os ti'n dewis yr opsiwn yma, cofia siopa o gwmpas am y cyfri busnes gorau mwyn gwneud yn siŵr dy fod ti'n cael telera da. Mae'n syniad deud wrth y reolwr banc beth sy'n mynd ymlaen hefyd. Mae'n bosib y bydd ganddo fo neu hi gyngor da i chdi, a mi allan nhw hefyd y gyfeirio di at fenthycwyr eraill os nad ydyn nhw'n medru rhoi'r pres i chdi. Ond chei dim ceiniog gan unrhyw fanc heb gynllun busnes spot on. Benthyciadau cychwyn busnes. Ar hyn o bryd mae yna fenthyciadau personol sy'n cael eu cefnogi gan y Llywodraeth ar gael i unigolion dros 18 oed sy'n trio cychwyn neu sy'n trio datblygu busnes. Fedri di fenthyg rhwng 500 punt a 25,000 o bunnau ar gyfradd benodol, fixed rate, o 600 y flwyddyn. Yng Nghymru, Busnes Cymru sy'n gweinyddu'r benthygiadau, a maen nhw hefyd yn medru rhoi help i chdi fo'r broses o wneud cais, a help i chdi ar ôl i'r cais fynd drwodd hefyd. Ond eto, mi fydd y pres yn mynd i'r ymgeisydd sef o'r cynllun busnes mwyaf hyfyw, viable. Ella bod chdi'n dechrau sylwi pa mor bwysig di'r cynllun busnes na rwan. Buddsodwyr angel. Mae rhain yn gweithio'n agos efo busnesau drwy gyfnewid cefnogaeth a chyllid am gyfran o'r busnes. Cyllid tyrfa. Dyma ffordd dda o gael cyllid gan grŵp mawr o fuddsodwyr preifat ar-lein, unau am gyfran o'r busnes neu am fuddion fel disgawnt neu bethau am ddim. Mae gwefannau cyllid tyrfa poblogaidd yn cynnwys Crowdcube, Kickstarter, Funding Circle a Seeders, a mae yna restr lawn ar ein gwefan ni, felly cer i gael golwg. Ymddiriedolaeth y tywysog. Mae rhain yn cynnig benffyciadau ac o bryd i'w gilydd grantiau ar gyfer pobl ifanc ddi-waith sy'n gobeithio cychwyn busnes. Fel darparwr benffyciadau cychwyn busnes, maen nhw'n medru cynnig benffyciadau hyd at 5,000 o bunnau ar gyfer pobl ifanc. Ond ti'n gwybod beth dwi am ddweud, dim ond pobl ifanc sydd wedi creu cynllun busnes sy'n medru gwneud cais. Ie, y cynllun busnes bond i grybwyll na eto. Grantiau a bwrsariau cychwyn busnes. Mae'r rhain weithiau'n cael eu cynnig gan y Llywodraeth, gan awdurdodau lleol a gan ymddiriedolaethau. Fel arfer, mae grantiau'n cael eu defnyddio i helpu busnes dyfu neu ar gyfer creu cyfleon gwaith. Maen nhw fel arfer hefyd yn cael eu rhoi i fusnesau o fewn sectorau penodol. Siaradau fod y gynghorydd busnes, fydden nhw'n bendant yn gwybod pa opsiynau cyllido sy'n ar gael i chdi, neu cer ar y canfyddwr cyllid ar wefan Busnes Cymru. Dyma ambell i dop tip arall i chdi y tro yma ar gyllid. 1. Mae'n rhaid i chdi wybod yn benodol pa fath o gyllid ti angen. Gofynna wrthych chdi dy hun, am be dwi'n chwilio a faint dwi angen. 2. Gna'n siŵr dy fod di'n medru disgrifio dy syniad yn glir. Ella dy fod di'n dall dy syniad i'r dim, ond fydd y buddsodwyr ddim, felly bydda'n hollol glir. Ti'n angerddol dros dy syniad, felly gna'n siŵr dy fod di'n gwneud i fuddsodwyr deimlo'r un fath. Ysbrydola nhw. 3. Dangosa dy fod di'n nabod dy farchnad darged. Os wyt ti wedi gwneud ymchwil trylwyr i'r farchnad, mi fydd y wybodaeth yma ar flaenau dy fysedd di, felly dangosa beth gen ti. 4. Gna'n siŵr fod gen ti gynllun busnes a chyllideb realistig. Paid a dewis ffigurau ar hap. Mae'n rhaid i chdi fod yn realistig, ond bod yn uchelgeisiol ar yr un pryd. 5. Mae gwneud y pitch perffaith yn holl bwysig, ac mwyn llwyddo i wneud hyn, ti angen ymarfer ac ymarfer y pitch yma. Be am ymarfer o flaen dy ffrindiau di? Dy deulu, o flaen grŵp o bobl ac o flaen unigolion. Deud y gwir, unrhyw un sy'n fodlon gwrando, hyd yn oed y ci. Chdi sy'n nabod y syniad am fusnes, neb arall, felly chdi sy'n gwybod sut i siarad amdano fo. Gna'n siŵr fod y gynulleidfa'n dod i wybod bob dim maen nhw angen am y syniad. Reit mae'n amser i ni'n glywed gan un o'r modelau rôl ni. Yr wsos yma eisiau siarad efo Daniel Swigat o Alpaca. Hiya Dan.
Hello.
You okay?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Now, first of all, introduce yourself and tell us about your business.
Yep, so my name's Dan. I'm the founder and CEO of Alpaca. So Alpaca is a brand new social networking platform that connects the world through travel and adventure.
Wow, sounds very interesting. Tell us a bit more. What exactly do you do?
Yeah, okay. So it's basically a simple platform that connects the aspects of Instagram, TripAdvisor, Tinder, and Pinterest, all in one for travel and adventure. So whether that's posting content, searching for new places to go and visit, following friends, or even meeting up with people whilst traveling, Alpaca is that single social network for you.
Wow, and how did you come up with this idea?
So I started Alpaca in my final year of university. At the time, I was doing a lot of traveling, so I was going around America, Europe, and I was using over 10 different apps. So basically, I wanted one simple social app that did all those in one. So that's really where the idea came from at the start.
Did you ever imagine it would grow to be a business that and your job? Or was it just a sort of dream to begin with? How did you turn that into a reality?
Yeah, so at the start, it was very much, I'll see how far it goes. Because at the time I was in university, I just came up with a brief business idea. I then entered into a competition. After that competition, I thought, I may as well make this idea bigger. So I made a big business plan. After that, I thought I may as well get this app made. After that, I thought I may as well launch it. So it's just step by step, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And now it's just engulfed my life.
What would you say has been the most difficult aspect of starting your own business?
For me, it was raising investment. And that's because I've got no prior experience. So, I just was in university, I had no job experience, no experience running a business. And I had to raise investment to get started. So at the moment, I'm 23. We've raised 160,000 and we're just about to close over a 300,000 pound raise. But for me, the hardest part is convincing people to invest in you when you've got no prior experience. And you have to really sell yourself and get out there, talk to as many people as possible. And just ignore people who say no or learn from why they said no. and just develop yourself personally as well. Whilst raising investment, I learned a lot of things along the way. There's a few companies out there that can help you out with gaining investment and introducing you to investors. So one company I found really helpful was Angel Investment Network. So angelinvestmentnetwork.co.uk, but they have websites all over the world in different countries. So you post your pitch on there, your business plan. It's very cheap. You just pay, I think, a couple of £100, and that gets blasted out to thousands of investors all around the world. And off the back of that, we've raised, well, almost all of our $500,000 of investment that we've raised to date was from that platform. Similarly, a lot of my friends who are entrepreneurs, they've raised millions off there as well. So that's very, very good. I'd highly recommend that. Other than that, there's locally, there'll be loads of angel investment companies or angel investors themselves. So just reach out to as many people as possible in your local area, and then work your way up to other people in the country or internationally, wherever you feel best fitting or wherever the best investors are for you. Another big important bit of advice is choose your investors wisely. A lot of people say choose your investor more wisely than your wife or your husband, because you can easily get a divorce, but you can't divorce your investor. So make sure you find the right investor for you.
And it's really important to get that right, is it? Did you have any help from anyone or?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was I was in a few incubators. So I was talking to a lot of other entrepreneurs, learning what they did, how they did things. Listening to a lot of podcasts, YouTube videos, and just learn from other entrepreneurs, learn from their mistakes, from their successes, and you learn quickly how to do things. The biggest thing with raising investment is you need to make a very good pitch deck. So instead of a business plan, in school they teach you to have 10-page, 100-page business plan. Throw that out the window, you don't need it. What you need is a pitch deck. So it's just like 20 slides, simply saying what the idea is, what you do, your team, marketing plan, strategy, everything like that, all the information in one simple PowerPoint presentation, and you send that to investors, and then they ask questions from it. You don't need to write, essays and essays of what you'll do. No one's going to read that. So that's one thing I learned coming out of university quite quick.
And how important was it that obviously it's something that was so you were passionate about because you've been traveling, so you knew that this idea could work and something that you would use. Did that help you when you're trying to sell it to other people?
Yeah, that was also a big drive in what I wanted it to be. I had the vision for what it would do. The other thing would be was I was finishing university and I had, kept getting rejected from jobs. I was applying to loads of grad schemes, kept getting rejected. So I thought, you know what, I'll just make my own company, it'd be much easier. So I started it that way. That really pushed me over the line. So I think a lot of people, they have an idea, but there's nothing to force them to continue to do it. So that for me was something, I had nothing else to do. I thought I may as well just start my own business.
So that motivates you in a way to
Yeah.
keep working at it.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give now to yourself, maybe, if you look back at that beginning of the journey? What would you tell yourself? Or what would you do differently, maybe?
Obviously, doing it again, once you've already done it, you can cut corners, you go quite quick. So everything I did within a year, I could do now within a few weeks. So obviously there's that aspect of it, but you don't know until you've learned it. So I could have been improved it anyway back then. But the biggest thing with investment is take your time, reach out to as many people as possible. Don't get down when someone says no, because they will say no. Loads of people do. I remember when we first raised our first investment round, I emailed and reached out to pitch to over 400 people, 400 investors, 5 of which invested. So that's you got to just keep going, never give up. And I've been in situations twice now where we've run out of money. My team have to get part-time work. I'm not on any wage, and it's difficult. But every entrepreneur, every big successful business goes through these times, and it's important that you learn from them, you get closer together, and you drive forward, and you learn how to get out of them.
And how do you decide who to reach out to try and find these investors?
It could be someone in your field. So, if you're in a specific industry, look at industry experts. But for me, it was literally, because we're so niche, a social network. Obviously, it's not big, not loads of businesses basically in that sector, especially in the UK, predominantly in America. I literally just reached out to anyone and everyone. So I reached out to the CEO of Admiral in Cardiff, CEO of Open Genius in Cardiff Bay. I pitched to these investors whilst I was in university. They didn't invest, but they helped me out externally. They introduced me to new people. Eventually, some of them invested as well. So yeah, literally just speak to as many people as possible, learn how to improve things, learn what they think about it. And you never know, they might invest or they might introduce you to someone else, but you don't know until you put yourself out there.
Definitely. And how have competitions helped you along the way as well?
So just after I graduated from university, we won the Virgin Voom competition. So that was hosted by Sir Richard Branson. So we won £5,000 and I had breakfast with Branson in London. That was good, obviously, on a personal level to learn from such a great entrepreneur and for him to give advice to us personally on how to move forward. But also, before that, I was just a student with no background. Now I was an award-winning student, and it sort of gave me credibility with his name behind us, which enabled us to raise more investment as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. And having breakfast with him, wow, that
Yeah.
must have been surreal.
It was, sorry.
What did he tell you? Was there anything that stuck with you?
He was mainly talking about keeping control of your business. Obviously, we're raising a lot of investment, and we will probably raise, in the future, several million before we become self-sustainable with revenue. So he basically said, just make sure you keep enough equity to maintain control, so it's still your business, your baby. He also gave a lot of marketing advice as well, to look after your own community. So that could be at the start, your employees or those first customers. And as you get bigger and bigger, and now he's a multi-billionaire with big companies, that circle he looks after is huge. And whether that's the guys who work for him, his customers, he makes sure he looks after everybody and they'll look after him. So that's another thing that really hit home for me.
Yeah, well, it sounds very exciting. Where do you see Alpaca going now?
So we've got an incredible team. My non-exec director is Tyler Droll. He's the former CEO of Yik Yak. They're worth $400 million after 1 year. They raised $74 million in venture capital investment from Silicon Valley. My co-founder, he's got over 12 years experience in software development. So overall, we've got a team of 12 at the moment. So where we all see it going, and our investors, is we want Alpaca to be the single social platform of travel and adventure. So, whether you're going skiing, you're going on a gap year for 6 months, you're going on a trip abroad for a week in Paris, Alpaca is that single social network that you have to use. And our aim overall is for a buyout. So we've already pitched to Facebook, got interest from them for the incubator. So the aim is for them to buy us out. The investors aiming for $100 million to between $500 and $700 million. That's the goal, the vision of Alpaca.
Well, I can feel the drive and the energy behind it, so all the luck in the world. Not that you need it.
Diolch.
A diolch am y sgwrs. Thank you.
Diolch fawr.
Rwan bod chdi'n gwybod pa fath o gyllid sy'n ar gael a beth ti angen neud er mwyn cael gafel arno fo, ellai bod hi'n amser siarad am brisiau. Sut wyt ti am weithio allan faint i godi am dy wasanaeth neu dy gynnyrch? I gael help efo hyn, gwranda ar y bennod nesaf. Paid ag anghofio cysylltu fo ni os oes gen ti unrhyw gwestiwn. I gysylltu fo ni, hoffa a dilynna ni ar Facebook, Twitter ac Instagram. Anfona neges ato ni a fydd un o'r tîm yn cysylltu nôl efo chdi. Ffonia'r linell gymorth ar dim 3000 60 3000. Defnyddia sgwrsio byw neu live chat ar wefan Busnes Cymru. Neu e-bostia ni ar bigideas@gov.wales.